Hey everyone, it's Ashley here from Ascension NXT, and today I'm going to do the 2020 reading. So I'm really going to dive into the energies of 2020. I already channeled some information about it, and I really want to give you all as much as I can about this energy coming in, because I think that it's really important that we understand what we're working with in order to attain our goals for the year coming up and to really step forward and be in our power. I feel like the energy that's coming in is going to be different than what we've been dealing with for the past like 5 to 10 years. And, you know, I'm not the only one that's feeling this. I mean, a lot of people, if you follow astrology or just other people that are reading into it, it's very intense. So we really need to be aware. We need to be on our toes, and we need to not, it's like the sense of awareness really needs to level up. So, let's dive in. So first I'm going to put on some Merlin oil that Tori McNally made from Avalon Enchanted, because this is really going to help me connect and really go in and channel, even though I've been channeling all morning. But I want to go deeper in. All right, so one of the main messages that I've been getting all morning is that 2020 really doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. So if you're going into 2020 in a space of that you want others to care about how you feel, and it's like kind of like you want the universe to be understanding to your feelings, you really need to shift that mindset now, because it's really about moving through those and working through those and attaining what you want, not complaining and wishing and being at a standstill. And I feel like when you're overly emotional, that can happen a lot. So people that are overly emotional are really going to have to work on this year, and sometimes put their emotions aside and work more within the solar plexus, within the power centers, because that's what's going to activate you and get you to where you want. It's not about like, well, I really don't feel like doing this right now, so I'm just not going to do it. It's not going to work like that. I mean, the years before we could have got away with that, and now I feel like the more that you sit in that, the heavier the energy is going to get, and then it's going to be harder for you to get out. So let's see what deck I want to start with. So I'm going to start with the Earthly Souls and Spirit Oracle by Terry Foss. This is one of my favorite decks. You can find her on Facebook. She does a lot of prints. So let's see. We're just going to start off with the beginning of the year. So we're going to go into like the first 3 months, what we need to know about January, February, March. So I'm going to be writing a lot too, so I know where I am in the reading, because sometimes when I channel, I forget. So January, March right now. And there's probably going to be cards all around me by the time that I'm done. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to pick 2 of these. All right. So the first 2 cards that we get from January to March are Purposeful. And this is what I've been talking about for the last like 3 months, if you've been watching my live videos, is stepping fully into your purpose and committing to that. Like, you need to be going into 2020 on a mission with a purpose. And if you don't know what that is right now, This is the answer to that, serenity, which to me has a lot to do with healing and being at peace and a sense of knowing that that purpose is really going to pull in while you're doing the healing work, and it's going to drop in while you're in a state of peace, not when you're in a state of anxiety. So purpose can't connect with you because it is it's a piece of the divine, so it can't connect when you're in a state of being frantic and, rushing and not paying attention and kind of all over the place. Like, you really need to be in a space of peace. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of like that frantic energy of people like really wanting to move forward in this energy. And, they're stepping into 2020 and they want to feel the energy shift, but they're not going to be able to feel energy. And that's because a lot of it is inside of you. The shift is inside of you this time. It's not in the external reality. It's not like, January 1st is going to come along and then you're going to feel different. Like, it's not going to be like that. Like, the energy is now. The energy, it's not time. You shouldn't be waiting. You should be stepping into this energy now. But what I'm feeling is it's coming from inside of you. So we're going to pull some tarot to go a little bit deeper into January and March. But I'm definitely feeling like a frantic energy, especially with those people that are in a place of not knowing and not understanding. And the only way that you can get there is through peace within self. And that's when everything is going to drop in. But a lot of times it takes a lot of healing work to get there. So if you're in a place of not knowing, what are you doing to help with the healing and bringing that energy forth? Okay, so peace. Okay, so we're going to pull some tarot. We're going to elaborate on this a little bit more. So I'm going to go through the months, and I think I'm going to read into emotions or just certain things like the financial state of 2020, probably the emotional state. I keep feeling something connecting, like emotions keep coming in. All right. March. I'm going to make sure that I'm January to March. This is what we're going in now. Ace of Wands. That's a great card. And then 10 of Wands. Okay. Yeah. So again, I feel like this is confirming. So we have the Ace of Wands, which is a great card for transformation. One of the things with Ace of Wands, though, that I learned, and it really stuck with me. So when you learn tarot, you learn other people's perspectives a lot, and some things will really stick with you, and then some things will just leave because that's just not how you read and channel into the certain cards. But with the Ace of Wands, I remember somebody saying a long time ago when I was studying the tarot, because it's something that you don't ever stop studying, that this card is kind of short term. When the Ace of Wands shows up, it's like the door is open and you got to walk through, or that's it. And that was definitely something that I was receiving about 2020, is the opportunities aren't going to stay long. Like, you literally need to jump on the opportunities now. You need to go out and find the opportunities. They're not just going to show up at your doorstep. And I feel like that's what a lot of people think or feel when the year changes, is that it's just going to show up. Like, things are just going to show up. We're so used to things just showing up, and the synchronicities, and the synchronicities are everywhere now. So it's almost like you're going to miss a lot of the synchronicities, because you really need to be paying attention, and you really need to be focusing on what messages are for you and what messages aren't for you, because there's going to be so much energy coming in, and that's why there's going to be a lot of confusion and chaos, because a lot of people aren't going to know, well, is this for me or is this for that person? That's why self-awareness is key. The more that we move into the 20s here, the more that you're really going to need to tap into yourself. So, with me, I've been doing the work since like 2010, probably a little bit even, probably 2010, and really diving into the other dimensions, the other realities, and getting connected with my galactic self. It's like now I'm at a space of like knowing, like, oh yeah, that's not for me, or that is for me, and you really need to get comfortable with that instead of asking everybody, well, is this for me? Does this mean this? Like, if you have to ask people about you all the time, then you're not in a space of self-awareness. You should only be asking others and be searching for guidance when you want to dig deeper or you want to learn more and you're getting stuck at a certain space. Like, that's normal. But if you're at the surface layer of it and you can't decide what's yours and what isn't, that to me means that you have a lot of work that you need to continue to do. And the next card that we pulled is the 10 of Wands. So it's showing a lot of energy pulling in for January and March. Like, there's so much going on. And if you don't know how to be like, well, this is mine and then this isn't, or these two are mine and then this isn't, you're going to be carrying everyone's shit plus yours on your back. And that is not going to allow the energy that you're working with to drop in. This isn't gonna, you're gonna be blocking the downloads. You're not gonna be receiving. You're not gonna understand the state of self-awareness or being in that state of self-awareness. You're gonna be here. So it's really imperative at the time, especially from January to March, to jump into the opportunities. Taking risks is a big thing that is coming up this year. Not waiting too long. Like, I'm feeling like if you're waiting and you're overthinking, the opportunity is going to be gone. And that is definitely confirming what I was receiving. Like, you need to walk through the door. You need to do it. And if you wait too long, the universe is just going to give these opportunities to other people. That's what I'm feeling, especially January to March. It's just going to be like, oh shit, there is just so much happening. And a lot of people are going to be like, I don't know what direction to go and I don't know what's right for me. And honestly, the answer is inside of you. And if you need to seek guidance to understand more about the message, that's when you need to do it. But you need to know about the yes and the no's. And then everything else beyond that is where you might need some guidance. So let's go into, excuse me, April to June. Let's see what's coming up for those. April to June. Authentic and enchanted. All right, let me pull some tarot for these. So we have April, June here. Okay. So this is like a very beautiful card. This is a lovely card. Authentic. These are the rewards for stepping into your authentic self. So I'm feeling like April, June, authenticity is really going to be needed on the planet. I feel like there's going to be a lot of governmental shifts during this time. Things changing that a lot of people may be upset about. I feel like it's not going to be an easy time as far as politics and things like that. And this is why this energy, and I even feel like a sense of calm and peace, that whatever's going on is definitely meant to go on. And I feel like whatever is going on worldwide is meant to bring this energy out within people. So it may even seem like a little bit rough and it may seem tough at that time, but I feel like this is what's going to make a lot of people step into their authentic power, because they're going to get sick of the way that things are happening and things are going on, and they're going to have no choice but to do this. And then we have the Enchanted card, which these two cards match up really well. So like the first few months I feel like is a lot of dense energy, and then I feel like the energy is actually going to lift. a lot in April and June. But here's the thing is that if you're not in that space, you're going to be stuck in the density. Like you're not going to feel the magical energy coming into the planet on this time. You're not going, there's a lot of financial stuff during this time too. Like I feel like a lot of opportunities coming in financially. Anything to do with business probably would be a great time. I'm not sure on the exact dates, but definitely, well, we're in spring, so spring is rebirth and growth and stuff like that. But I feel like the energy that's actually coming in galactically is giving us a lot of gifts of ideas, talents, like new talents coming out in people that you may have never seen, new talents coming out within yourself. It's energy that I feel like hasn't really tapped into the planet. So I connect with a lot of galactic energy, and I see a lot of new galactic energy stepping into the planet at this time. It's definitely going to be a very magical time, but what's going on the earth is not going to seem so magical. So we have these two cards here. So we have the Five of Swords, and then we have the Queen of Swords upside down. So swords is always a difficult suit. I always think of it as, you know, a lot of mind fucking going on. Like anytime swords comes up, I'm like, oh God, here we go. So if somebody has, if I'm ever reading somebody and they have a lot of swords coming up, I know that there's a lot going on in their life and there's a lot that they need to sift through in order to get to the good stuff. And that's how I always see swords. But the Queen of Swords upside down, I feel like is the one of the most difficult queens, because she can be very stubborn. She can be very rigid. She can be an asshole. She's very calculated. She's very smart. So it shows that there's other forces coming in. And that's what I feel like for April and June, is that there's other forces coming in trying to pull people away from their authenticity, trying to pull people away from these galactic energies coming in, trying to take away from the enchantment and the magical energy coming in. Like, look at how different those two cards are. So this is the physical reality, and then this is like 5D and up. And these are the gifts that are coming in, and you really need to remember at this time to stand in your power. And that's what I feel like this is saying. Like, these two cards are like this on the table. So it's the authenticity, and it's really standing in your space and knowing where you stand and not allowing other people to influence you at this time, because there's so much, I feel like there's so much abundance that really wants to come in during April to June, but it's not going to be for everyone, because not everyone's going to be in a space to receive that. And there's going to be a lot of people that are focused on this. You don't want to focus on this energy when it comes in. It's calculated, it's manipulative, it's a lot of old energy surfacing. So it's a lot of older energies, I feel like, also that the planet hasn't dealt with, or that it's kind of being released at this time. And if you're not in a space where you understand how to intuitively to tap into the light and into the truth, and it's almost like it's going to be creating a lot of illusions that are pulling you back from yourself. So yeah, I would say even before going into April and June, protection ceremonies would be good. So maybe you would want to mark that on your calendar. Anything that is going to kind of like not allow this energy to take over in that area. I want to pull a dragon card for this time. I want to see the dragon messages. Dragon is going to come out. The earth dragon clears your path and the land around you. Interesting. Stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing. You can move forward. Okay, so that makes sense as to why I'm seeing a lot of darker energy lifting up in the planet, and then the magical energy, the galactic energy that hasn't been here. So at this time in the ether is actually going to be a lot of clearing. That's what this card is saying. So a lot of times when you do any form of like energy healing or anything like that, on the like I'm just using the human body as an example, a lot of frustration and anger and a lot of older things like suppressed emotions, suppressed mental attitudes, things that you haven't paid attention to in a while will come to the surface. And that's how the energy is actually released. So in this sense, people have two choices here. People have the choice, and this is the same thing with healing, is that you ignore whatever's surfacing and then it goes back into your field and it gets stuck, and then you have to go back and do more healing. Or you face it and you begin to receive the upgrade. Now, facing it isn't going to be easy. So this card is telling me that there's a lot of things during this time that people are going to have to face, whether it's in their community, it's in their family, it's within themselves, it's in politics, it's going to reflect on a collective level, but it's going to show up in everyone's life differently. So there's going to be issues that you need to be attentive to and you need to face. And once you do, that's when the enchanting energy comes in. That's when the magical energy comes in. That's when you really step into your true power. But if you don't, and you are falling victim to that manipulation, then you're just going to go back down. You're going to go back into it until you pull yourself out of it. But at this time, the universe is really giving you a chance to release it. And it's really not going to be that easy. It's going to be challenging. Some people are going to really run away from it, and then they're going to just continue to retract and pull back. And then the ones that move forward from this are actually really going to excel. And I see financial, like physical money abundance coming in through this time for people that actually will do that work. All right, so let's tap into July to September. And see what comes up. Woo. That card fell out. Okay, wow. It's really cool how these two cards connect. Look at that. They like kind of make like a full circle. That's pretty cool. So we have wisdom and we have energy coming up from July to September. Let me pull some tarot with that. That is really cool though. Wisdom and energy. Wow, there's the King of Swords. Four of Swords. The Page of Swords. Oh, lots of swords coming up in 2020. Okay, let me look at these because this message isn't coming in so easily, which to me means it's a lot. So we have the King of Swords. He came out first. Then we have the Page of Swords. And then we have the Four of Swords upside down, right underneath energy. So that is interesting too. And I feel like the King of Swords and the Page of Swords upside down, this is a lot of masculine. So for me, galactically and universally, to me it feels like the divine masculine is really beginning to settle itself into the planet and into the earth. So around this time, is a lot of truth is going to come up. Like a lot of things are going to be revealed. So it's almost like the darkness is coming in for April to June, and then the light is coming in, and they're kind of like battling each other, and then everything's gonna settle and it's gonna kind of even out. Like that's why I feel like these two cards are next to each other, and we even have the dark and the light, and the dark is the energy and the light is the wisdom, and they're still kind of going at it. But then the father comes in, so the fatherly figure comes in and he's like, stop, I'm here now, and I'm here to show the truth, because he's under the wisdom card. He's under the card of light. Like he is here to make everyone see. So this is going to be a period of another massive awakening. Like this is when a lot of people are going to begin to wake up. So something is going to happen on the planet collectively. I'm really feeling like a strong sense of like it's going to affect everyone in the world. I'm not sure what exactly it would be. I don't feel it's political. I almost feel like it could be political, but it's actually something that has to do with like a natural disaster or something like that. It has to do with the earth, something with the earth shifting. And this is going to wake a lot of people up, but within that is going to be a catalyst of things popping up in the news. I feel like about celebrities or politicians and things like that. Like something is being uncovered. So it's going to be something from the earth, and then there's going to be a lot of truth coming in right after that. So one after another after another. Also too, we do have the time of the election around that time. So like July, September is, I guess we're preparing for the election in America. So yeah, there's definitely, in like the Page of Swords being upside down with the King of Swords and then underneath wisdom, to me feels like a lot of innocence is going to be lost. A lot of innocence is going to be lost on the planet. And that is the father coming in really telling the truth. And I feel like it's the energy of God coming in. Like I'm not like a big fan of the King of Swords, but it's like the energy of discipline. So I feel a strong sense of that divine masculine energy showing up on the planet and really telling people how it is. And a lot of people are not going to like it. And there's going to be a lot of upheaval from it, a lot of distress, a lot of people that aren't going to be able to get rest, a lot of thoughts going on in the minds of like what is happening within the world. I wonder if it's going to be like some sort of disclosure happening on the planet, something that can't be hidden anymore. Yeah, there's a strong sense. It feels very conspiracy theory-ish to me. Like that's the energy that I'm getting from it. So yeah, I'm curious to see what that will be, but I feel like a lot of people, especially like Muggle people and people that aren't awakened, they're going to have a really hard time with it. And this is, I feel like, where a lot of us that already kind of know a lot about the energy are going to step forth and be like, look, this is what is happening. But a lot of information coming in during this time from July to December, a lot of information, a lot of downloads. So if you're somebody that teaches, you're going to have a lot of new knowledge come forth. So it could even be like a teacher coming in that you've never connected with before, just kind of showing up, or downloads of knowledge from energies that you've never really connected with. There's a lot of new energies coming into the planet galactically in 2020, and I'm actually very excited to connect with these energies because it feels like energies that I know, but I've never connected with in this lifetime. So definitely very excited for that. So yeah, a lot of discipline for July to December, and a lot of truth coming in that some people aren't going to be able to handle. And this is the Four of Swords upside down, and it's under the energy card. So there's going to be, I also see a lot of like mental issues going on during this period of time due to that energy shifting and things being revealed and people not being able to handle that. All right, so let's see what's coming up from October to December of 2020. All right, let's pull 2 cards here. Keep seeing the leaders stepping forth, like people that are here to lead in the new paradigm are really beginning to be seen at this point. A lot of them have been hidden or haven't been given not like what they deserve, but I feel like for a long time, a lot of the energies that have been coming in lower vibrationally have been like pushing them away from the public, and now they can't anymore. And that's because the Father has stepped forward and he said, no, now I'm opening the door to the light. Now you will see. And all these leaders are beginning to step forward that the world hasn't seen and the world hasn't known. So this is very exciting. Whoa, I just got chills. Holy crap. Yeah, this is like a new age, a new era. Like this is when, like, so, you know, a lot of people are thinking that the paradigm is really shifting at this time, but I feel like it's in the 0 point and then it's going into the 1 point. So the door is open now, but then we begin to walk through in October to December. And then this is like when everything erupts and really changes. This is cool. I like the feeling that I get from this. All right. Confidence. It's actually my card that I pulled for the month of December for myself. And what else? Joyous, yeah. All right, so we got the confidence card. So we see that red cloak, like it's almost like even the Christmas tree too. It's funny that I pulled this card for myself this month. But yeah, walking in knowing who you are and taking that role and taking that lead. It starts at this point. So I'm not saying that it's not going to happen before that, but it's a whole different level at this point of being seen for the leaders that are in this, the leaders that are here doing their divine purpose and their mission work. And then this is the joyous card. Celebration, a lot of celebration at this time for getting through 2020. So for some of us, it's going to be really great year. Like I feel like this is a year, people that have been doing all the work, it's like doing the work this year isn't going to be, it's not going to be like a struggle doing it for some of us. For some of you it will. But it's going to be very rewarding and fun, like a lot of joy in the process and seeing the things that are going on and even enjoying the low times. All right, let me pull some cards, tarot with this. This is like a whole new level. I keep hearing that song, A Whole New World. What is that? Oh, that's Aladdin. The fucking magic carpet ride. That's what I was talking about in the eclipse reading. Interesting cards for this. Drinking out of my Wicked cup that I got a few days ago at the home store. Halloween stuff was like 75% off. So I got that for like $3. All right. Very interesting ending this year. I'm telling you, the ending is going to be great for some of us, and some of you, it's going to be like I feel like some of you are going to be in the same fucking place because you don't want to see through this shit. This is a very prominent card here. And this is why I'm doing this reading, because I don't want anyone that's in my community to be here. I want everyone that's in my community to be here and here. At least here and here. Some of us are going to be here by the end of the year. And I definitely feel like that is going to be me. For fucking sure. Because this is me now. This is the card I pulled for me this month. But it, like, if you're here, you're going to get to enjoy that space too. All right, I want to pull a dragon card for this. Okay, so the first card that I got is Two of Wands. That's right under the confidence card. Then we have the Temperance card, which is in the middle of the confidence card and the joyous card. This to me means things coming into balance. Things settling maybe a little bit. And I don't feel like it's for everyone because there's two different paradigms here. Like there's some people that's on one level and then there's some people that's on another level. And then we have the Seven of Cups upside down. So there's a lot of water coming in, like a lot of, so we've been in the element of air a lot for 2020. We start off with wands and then we go into the element of air, which is like all up here. A lot of mind manipulation going on. A lot of lower vibrational energy trying to block this so you can't channel in to your divinity. So you really have to be cautious of this. Like, don't get caught up in it. And even the best of us do at times, but we know how to get ourselves out. And that's the thing, is like you need to know how to get yourself out of it. And becoming aware of who you are and your talents and gifts and abilities won't keep you in a space that long. You will get out. And you will connect with that enchanting, magical energy, the wisdom that Father God is bringing in. But let me get these cards together. All right, I want to pull a dragon card for this. Where did my dragon card go? Where the fuck did they? Oh, here they are. They're like blending into the table. God, I keep hearing the Aladdin song, The Whole New World. Like, that's what it's gonna be. Like, there is gonna be a lot that fucking changes next year. Like, we're gonna see it. We're gonna actually see it. It's not gonna be from space and beyond, you know? I'm not getting a clear message about that Two of Wands right now, so hang on. I gotta pull the dragon card. Deep blue dragon keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Trust that you are protected. Walk on the path of light. See, like, this is royalty, though. Like, anytime that I see the royal blue, it's the energy of royalty stepping forth. So there's a lot of, like, galactic high force energy, kings and queen energy that's coming in during this time. And I feel a lot of skepticism. I feel like maybe that's like what's coming in with the Two of Wands. And then it's also too like the Seven of Cups upside down is like just knowing, like not wondering, not in a dream state. Like this is our reality now. And for a lot of people, the Temperance card is either going to be like it's balancing, the energy is balancing out for you and making a little bit more sense now, or it's showing that you need to attain balance in your life in order to receive this energy coming in order to connect with these leaders stepping forth. I keep like feeling the kings and queens too. Like when you think of Aladdin, you know, I don't know the girl's name, but she was a queen and Aladdin the king. And like, it's a lot of energy of royalty stepping forth, the royalty that is coming in, the galactic forces that are coming in to help work with the planet and to help shift this reality and paradigm. And there's going to be like certain people that are able to connect with that. And then they're going to share this information with the public. They're going to give this information to the public. The deep blue dragon, let me see. So like this is that energy. So it's not just the dragon, it's that energy of that higher vibration, keeping the path clear so that the messages can come in and so that the energy can level out towards the end of the year. But I'm feeling like I got to go into this a little bit deeper of what's happening. So I guess I'm going to pull an Ascendant Master card. Ascendant Masters are stepping forth. White eagle, ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. This to me is the result of a lot of karmic clearing that has been happening. Oh, I know what that is. That's a lot of the energies that have the galactic energies that were on the planet and then were removed from the planet when the darker energies came in. They're coming back. Like, that's what that means to me. And there's a bird right outside my window right now. I'm not even joking. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. So that's confirming that. They were like, so a lot that I've researched about galactic energies is were some that were banned from this universe or from this planet, and now the contract's over. Now they're able to come back in. These are the energies that were like helping humans build the pyramids and, you know, a lot of the technology in Atlantis. Like, these were the energies that were here on this planet before that also helped breed humans and things like that. They're stepping forth back onto the planet. So a lot of changes within humanity during this time. And a lot that we're going to see in this reality. So I can feel Commander Ashtar coming in. So I'm going to connect and channel with him. I'm going to pull his card out so I can show you who he is. And we're going to just continue to bring forth these messages for 2020. What else that we need to know. He's telling me to look in my book from what I was channeling earlier, and then he's going to go a little bit more in depth than that. So this is Commander Ashtar. He is head of one of the galactic forces that I work with. He helps kind of watches over the portals and things like that to make sure that ET energies aren't coming in and like blowing up the planet and taking over the planet. Certain ET energies. Okay, he keeps telling me to talk about this emotional stuff. Okay, so let me call him in so you can just get a feel for his energy as well. Ask Archangel Metatron to bring him in. Okay, so one of the things that I wrote down is this planet is really going to begin to give people what they're feeling emotionally. So if emotionally you're feeling anxiety and you're feeling depressed, it's a lot of what you're going to be given. So big thing about 2020 is that you really need to work on the emotional state that you're in, and how you're reacting to things that are going on, how you're receiving things that aren't for your highest and best, and how you're maneuvering and working through that energy. So it's almost like, you know, the energy of the magician, like learning how to maneuver and change and transmute. So if you have an issue with this, like working with someone like Merlin or Saint Germain would be great, because they're really great at transmuting energies, so they can help you transmute and shift the way that you're processing things, because there's going to be a lot of things that also come in when energies are being revealed, or things are being lifted, or the truth is coming in and the light is getting brighter, that a lot of people aren't going to be able to handle it emotionally. And if you're very empathic, you're going to be picking up on that energy, and you don't want to be manifesting that energy from other people's realities into your reality, because you have no control over your energy field. So this is all from Ashtar. So it's kind of like whatever you're feeling is what you're going to be receiving. So you really need to stay in check for that. So also, if you're in a point where you're purging a lot, because we go in through times where we're purging a lot and then we're in a really good state, is to protect your energy field so you're not picking up more and more during that time. Like, protect yourself during the purging process is really important during these times. So if it's wearing like a necklace that you need to wear, or if it's like you're carrying a crystal, and like setting the intentions in that stone that it protects your field and helps you protect your field during the weak states that you're in during these transitions and during these times, it'll help so it doesn't alter your reality to like what you don't want. There's a lot of realities are shifting. So for a long time, humanity has kind of been living in the same reality, and going into 2020, a lot of us are going to be living in different realities due to the work that we have been doing on this planet, due to the work that you have been doing for the planet, due to the work that you have been doing for the universe. So whatever's going on the planet is also affecting the universe. We need to understand that this isn't just about Earth. Like, so many people are only concerned about what is going on Earth in the physical reality, and aren't tapping into the ether. And the ether is just as important in balancing those different realities. All right, I'm going to pull one of these cards. He wants me to pull one of these. Rebecca Campbell. I just got this deck yesterday. Work Your Light Oracle deck. Another thing that's coming in from him is you need to be in charge of your own reality. So he was talking about in the beginning when I was talking about awareness, and then you needing to see the signs in order to act. He's like, there's no more of that. That is over. The signs are everywhere. So when you receive and it feels right and it feels good, or it feels connected to you, then you need to act. Because if you wait too long, it's gone. The gifts are going to be given to somebody else. So assignments are changing constantly. This is something that a lot of you need to understand, is assignments are being changed constantly. And if you want that particular assignment, then you need to act on it. You need to walk through that door. You need to create the magic in order for it to happen. The lower your vibration is, and the more that you carry old ideals and old thought forms and old emotions that don't connect with you anymore, it's going to be harder for you to act on the opportunity. And it's just move, like they're showing it, move to somebody else that can reconnect with that. So a lot of people are going to be channeling information, they're going to be receiving it, and then when they don't act upon it, it's going to be given to somebody else, and they're going to be like, hey, that was my idea. And then that's going to cause like a lot of rift in the reality with certain people, especially within the community, is there's going to be a lot of idea and channel hopping, I guess, so to say. So you really need to harness your ideas, keep them for yourself, and act upon them, and not always speaking about them. Like, stop telling everybody about your ideas, because then that also makes it fizzle out. You need to work with it and do it. Less talking, more walking is for 2020. For some of us, it's, you know, it's a lot of speaking is a part of the idea and the opportunity. But if it has to do with creating more action than talking about it, then you need to do it, or the universe is going to give it to somebody else. Oh my God. I pulled this card yesterday. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? So I know what this card is because I pulled it yesterday, and I think it has a lot to do with connecting with what I was connecting with today. So I'm going to show it to you again. All right, help me get this message through. The warrior is the seeker. The warrior is somebody that goes out and they find what they need in order to complete whatever process it is, or, you know, whatever it is, that task, I should say, whatever task they have been given. A lot of people, when they think of warrior, they think of somebody that's constantly in battle. That to me is not warrior. Warriors do a lot more. Like, warriors actually are protectors of the community. They actually receive a lot of information and knowledge because they have to know what is going on around them in order to protect their community. It's just like, they're not just like standing there and like being on guard. Like, they're actually communicating and talking with people. And it's a sense of like knowing, like, oh, okay, well, these people over here are doing this person's in rule now. Like, you need to know who the rulers and leaders are in order to be a great warrior, because then that's how you know if you were ever to face battle with these certain people or beings, like how you would do it, because everyone does things differently. So it's all about the information coming in as well. So if you're going to be ignoring the information, and like this is something that he's saying, is like, you need to be, first of all, you need to be task driven. Like, you're going to be receiving tasks that you need to do, and you need to go and do them. It's not going to be, it's going to be really clear, cut, and dry as the tasks that you're giving. So there's two different messages coming in here. It's really not going to be that hard, but a lot of you are going to make it harder than what it is, because it's like, he's like, everyone's like too concerned about all the little signs that they need to see. And at this point, it's not about the signs. And I keep repeating this. It's about the action that you take and you go create. And the warrior will go out and seek. The warrior will go out and go to the village next to him or her, or the other villages, to go and find more information in order to complete the task that they need to complete, or in order to protect their community. They don't just sit and wait. So there's a lot of action that needs to be taken in 2020 in order for you to receive whatever it is that you want, in order for you to finish the tasks. And she's also holding the sword, and there's a lot of that air energy coming in. And it's almost like you have to be on top of the manipulation. You have to know about the manipulation going on within your communities, within, you know, your town, with whatever it is, so that you can work through it to help people, not to create more manipulation, or to create more lower vibrational energy. A lot of people like to know what's going on, so it's like they can just talk about things. He's like, there's too much talking going on the planet and not enough doing. And that's actually the problem that's going on right now. And that's always been something that has really triggered me. But this is something that he's talking about is, oh yeah, it even says call to action on the card. I didn't even see that. Even though I look at this card all the time, like I didn't even realize that. And okay, so here's the thing too, is like a lot of you are doing the work, but you're doing it like the easiest way. Doing it the easiest way isn't going to work anymore. So for instance, you know, with me just recording videos and doing live videos on Facebook isn't going to work anymore. I have to go deeper into that. Like, I have to get on other platforms, and I have to get on other stages. And if I don't do that this year, I'm missing my fucking opportunity. Like, that's it. Like, I need to go deeper within that. Deeper into, I am here. I am a voice for the galactic force coming in. How am I going to continue to get the message out instead of just sticking to Facebook, you know? Or just sticking to YouTube. Like, there's other platforms that are calling me, and a lot of you are just sticking to what's comfortable. You're staying there and you're thinking that you're going to excel from that, and that's not going to work. That's not going to work. You need to go even deeper into what it is that you do and figure out how you're going to get the task done. So if you're just staying in one space, so like a lot of people I see, they just watch people's videos and then they do minimal work and they think that is going to help them get to the space that they need to get to. No, Like, you need to go out and actually do the work that you're afraid of doing. If there's an idea that keeps coming in your head, like, oh, you need to get a space for the work that you're doing, a lot of people ignore that. A lot of people just, oh no, I'm just going to do it from here and I'm going to, no, you cannot ignore the calling anymore. I can't tell you how important and how imperative it is that you go out and you take the next step. And this is taking the risk. This is all the warrior energy, taking the fucking risk. The warrior will go outside of their community, outside of their village, outside of their comfort zone to receive the information that they need to receive in order to protect their community, in order to give the kings and queens what they need, in order to, literally, it's almost like putting yourself on the line in order to receive more. That is it. That is 2020. If you're not willing to do that, you're going to have a really hard time. All right. Wants me to pick one more card. Can't see straight right now. Share your voice. Just tell them to stop talking so much. Okay. Come out the cave. Persecution expression. Yeah, and this is like the other thing that I've been saying is too many of you are sitting in your house doing this work for yourself, but you're not doing it for the community. You're just doing it for yourself, or you're doing it like very minimal. That's what he keeps saying. There's no more time for minimal. If you're just going to do the minimal work, you're going to get the minimal results. The same thing with the emotional stuff. If you're always going to be an emotional wreck and blame everything on, everything else going on around you, that's what you're going to receive. Is a fucking wrecking ball blowing up your house or running through your house. Like, that's what you're going to receive. You're literally creating your reality in 2020. And the galactic kings and queens are stepping onto the planet, and they are going to begin to show the leaders that are working to help the planet. Like, this is huge. Like, this is something that is real. Like, September to October to December is going to be huge for galactic energy. It's going to be insane. If you're the type of person that just likes to take small steps all the time, it's not going to be enough. There's got to be huge risks involved in order for you to be living that dream life. Like, think about it. There's a utopia being built on the planet, and if you don't want to take big steps and jump off the cliff or take huge risks, how could you be a part of that? How do you have a seat there? How do you have a place there? If you're constantly in fear, you can't build a utopia. You can't build a better world. You can't build a better space for people. You might as well just be hiding in the cave and waiting for the lower vibrational energies to just come and fucking snatch you up, because that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a lot of people that are stuck in the caves that aren't awakened, and they're going to need the leaders to be shining their light and being like, come on, come with me. Let's go. Let's get out of here. How are you going to be a leader if you're stuck in your cave? You're not going to be pulling them out. You're going to be sitting in there with them, pulling your angel cards, thinking that the angels are going to like just drop every opportunity in your lap. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to fucking happen. And like, that's the thing with a lot of this love and light energy, is it keeps you very complacent and it keeps you in the same space. And when you really think about the term love and light, I feel like it's used in like almost like an abusive manner, like a manner of like no respect. There's no respect and regard for the term of love and light. And I think that's why a lot of people have begun to hate that term, because it doesn't mean anything to a lot of people that are saying it. So when I think of love, I think of passion, desire, pain, commitment, like uncomfortable commitment to yourself, uncomfortable commitment to people that you're in relationships with. It's a lot of sacrifice in certain ways because you have to give up certain parts of like your old self and the things that feel really good in order to attain that love, in order to attain that ultimate feeling. It's not about staying the same. Like, you can't be in a really loving relationship and then just be selfish and stay the same. Like, it doesn't work like that. You can't be in a space of self-love when you're just fully open and there's no boundaries and you're just allowing people to do whatever they want. There's no way that you can hold that energy. And then when I think of light, forget it. I just think of, loud. Like, when I think of like true light, like that's the first word that comes in, and that doesn't make sense to a lot of people, but I think of like blinding light. Like, that is the divine. It will hurt. It hurts when you really bring in the light. It fucks up your body. It fucks with your mind. It pulls everything that society told you that was you. It rips that all out of you. That is true light. That is the essence of the light. That is how you get close to the divine. And the divine energy is protected. The divine energy is the most loving energy, and it's fully protected and places a lot of boundaries because it doesn't want lower vibrational energy coming in and pulling from that. It wants energy coming in that respects that and is of the divine. So, a lot of people that are talking about the love and light are really going to have a problem because they're going to be seeing this. Because they're not putting the work in. They're not diving into the pain. They're not diving into the darkness. They're not, willing to make certain sacrifices in order to experience the love, in order to experience that utopia energy coming in. There's too much fear in a lot of love and lighters. And that's just, they want to live in that fear and they don't want to come out of that cave. They don't want to share anything. They really don't even have anything to share because they're just doing the same things over and over again. And those are not going to be the leaders. People that are too in the love and light community, and like that's just, all that they're about, and it's all positive and it's all loving and everything's just going to be fine and we don't have to put any work in because the divine has our back and everything is just handled. They're not going to be in that leadership position. They're actually being moved out, and I feel like the boulders are just going to fall into the cave, and a lot of them are going to get stuck where they are until they really pull into their power, and they're going to have to like remove a lot of that dark energy that's around them in order to come out and hold the torch. And I feel like that's a lot of like what the Leo King was talking about this year, is like deciding like, where are you? Like, what path are you going down? And you really need to become more clear on that. There's no more of just, moving through life and moving through the motions. Like, that's the old paradigm. The new paradigm is a strong sense of knowing. Knowing who you are, where you belong, and what you're here to do. And if you don't know that, you need to put every fucking inch of your being and soul into the process of knowing and understanding who you are in 2020. And that's it. Like, that should be your goal, is a sense of knowing and understanding. Who the fuck am I? All right. So there was a lot of information that came in for that. I hope you all enjoyed this reading. Please subscribe to my YouTube page, and you will be seeing a lot more of me in 2020. Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all soon, and Happy New Year. Blessed be.